Hey guys, it's Jeff from Press Your Luck, and today I'm going to share with you one of my most popular recipes from my original orange cookbook, the Step-by-Step Instant Pot Cookbook. It is a chicken dish that has received a lot of rave reviews, and it is called Chicken a la Queens. Now, it is my own take on a Chicken a la King, where that's typically made with a roux, and instead of a roux, I'm going to be using an herb cheese to help give the sauce a little bit more of a body to it. But I also like to serve it over biscuits instead of typically egg noodles, which I believe Chicken a la King is mostly served with. So wait until you see how easy this is to do in the Instant Pot. It's a really big crowd pleaser. It's almost like a chicken pot pie, but with biscuits instead of like a crust. And you wait until you see. So easy. So come with me to a little trip to my kitchen in Queens. Even though I'm not in Queens right now, I'll pretend I'm in Queens. And it really is a meal fit for a king or a... I'll just leave that one there. So we're gonna go right to the Instant Pot and do it right away. Chicken a la Queens. Let's go. So the very first thing I want to do with this recipe is just focus on the biscuits, okay? And I'm gonna cheat and just use Pillsbury Grands. However, you can absolutely make your own favorite biscuit recipe. If your Meemaw is never gonna talk to you again if you use these, I totally understand, that's fine. But I'm just gonna use some Pillsbury Grands, and I am going to, as a result of that, preheat my oven to what it says. I'm gonna be using a nonstick cookie sheet, so 350 degrees, and just take care of that right now. And then I'm going to preheat my oven at 350 degrees. I'm not gonna pop those biscuits in though as soon as it's preheated. I'll instruct when to do that in the video though. Don't worry, I got you. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add 4 tablespoons or a half a stick of salted butter to my Instant Pot. Now I'm gonna come down on my control panel and hit the saute button and make sure I'm on the more or high setting, and we're gonna heat up that butter and melt it. Alright, so once that butter is melted, I'm going to add in some veggies. I'm going to add in a pound of baby Bella mushrooms that are sliced, as well as 1 yellow bell pepper and 1 large shallot that I've also diced. Well, I shouldn't have said also diced. The mushrooms are sliced, the peppers and the shallot are diced. You get it, you're smart. And we're going to saute all of these veggies in the butter for about 3 minutes until they soften a bit. And mushrooms love to absorb butter. In fact, mushrooms are kind of like a sponge. They begin to absorb things pretty quickly, and then they begin to give back. They then like to just release all of their unbelievable juices. So they go from a chalky texture to like a buttery one. It's pretty fantastic. Hence why a lot of people don't like raw mushrooms, but they'll eat them cooked. And if you don't like mushrooms at all, well, you can leave them out if you really want. Alright, and after about 3 minutes of sauteing my veggies, you see the mushrooms have begun to soften up a bit. I'm now going to add in my chicken. I'm adding 3 chicken breasts that I've diced into kind of nice bite-sized chunks. Add that. And I'm going to saute the chicken in with the veggies for about 2 to 3 minutes until the chicken just becomes pinkish white in color. It shouldn't be fully cooked at this stage at all. That'll happen when it pressure cooks. Okay, and after about 2 to 3 minutes of sauteing my chicken and you see it's pinkish white in color, we're good. Again, that chicken should definitely not be fully cooked at all by now. I'm going to pour in 1 cup of chicken broth, as well as a teaspoon each of black pepper, seasoned salt, and garlic powder or granulated garlic. And I'm going to stir everything together until everything's nice and combined in here. Ready to pressure cook. We're going to secure the lid. Make sure that we're in the sealing position. Sometimes the nozzle has the sealing and venting on it here. This model automatically will seal it for you. Now I'm going to come back down on my control panel and I'm going to hit the cancel button followed by the pressure cook button. I want to go for 4 minutes at high pressure. Okay, and my oven is now preheated to 350 degrees, so I'm ready to bake those biscuits. As soon as the pot comes to pressure is a good time to gauge popping these in the oven, and what I want to do is just open these cans. I always get so nervous every time I open these because they make that popping sound, which it's totally not doing right now, so I guess I have to press in, and why don't you pop? Ah! I'm gonna hurt myself. Alright, let's try this again. So much anxiety over this. Come on, pop open. Maybe now it'll open up? Come on, I'm not playing anymore. Alright, you're supposed to press a spoon here until it opens, but I'm gonna be a rebel and not put a spoon. There we go! It popped! Not so scary after all. I like to put parchment paper down. There we go, nice and even. And then into the oven you go for how long it tells you to cook them for. It says between 12 to 16 minutes, so I'll just hit 12 to start to be safe. And now that we're done pressure cooking, we're going to finish it with a quick release. And the pin just dropped, so we'll take the lid off the pot. And we're gonna give everything a stir. And right now, this doesn't look so beautiful, I know, but that's all gonna change before your eyes. Now we'll hit the cancel button again, and then we'll hit the saute button once more so we can bring everything to a bubble. What I wanna do now is I wanna add in a cup of heavy creamer, half and half. A package of an herb cheese like Boursin or Alouette, any flavor you want, or you can make your own. I have a recipe for that. A 12-ounce jar of roasted red peppers that I just diced up. Actually, I didn't dice them up. They were already sliced for me in the jar. But if they're not sliced up for you, slice them. And a cup of frozen peas. If you don't like peas, you can leave them out. And we're gonna stir everything up together in the pot. Meanwhile, let's make a cornstarch slurry by adding equal parts cornstarch and equal parts water. I'm going to be using 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, so equal parts would mean 2 tablespoons of cold water, which I'm going to add in. And then I'm going to stir everything together until it goes from a thick consistency to a nice smooth one. Alright, and a slurry will always thicken in a hurry. You'll see when this comes into play. It's magic. Alright, we'll set this aside for the time being. While I'm waiting for the pot to come to a bubble, what do you know? My biscuits are just about done. Look at this, looking beautiful. All right, I'm gonna let them rest out here. Okay, and once everything begins to come to a bubble, I'm going to stir in that cornstarch slurry, and then this sauce is going to thicken in a hurry. It's like magic, it really, really is. Okay, one more final ingredient. And that's going to be a whole cup of grated Parmesan cheese. I know. When pulling out all the stops with this one, folks, that is what sends it home. And it really makes that entire sauce thicken perfectly. Look at this. And now, after 30 seconds of just kind of letting everything to come together, we're ready to serve. Let's do it up. I'm gonna put 2 biscuits in a bowl here, and then I'm going to literally, quite literally, just add my chicken in the sauce over the biscuits. Oh yeah. And oh boy, here it is, chicken a la Queens. Because, you know, when in Queens, even though I'm not in Queens right now, let's try it out. Okay, here we go. I don't even know where to begin. Here we go. It is delicious. Served over the biscuit is a really nice touch, especially if you get the nice buttery ones or the flaky ones, whatever kind of biscuit you want. It is so good. It's almost like a pot pie. It really is, but like a biscuit pot pie. Does that make sense? Like a chicken pot pie with biscuits? The mushrooms, the peppers, the peas, the roasted red peppers. Everything. I love sopping up the sauce with the biscuits. It's a really nice added touch. I feel like this is gonna be a big hit for everyone alike. It makes so much sauce. Even though we added only 1 cup of chicken broth, all the juices from the chicken when it cooks, combined with everything else, we add some cream at the end, it creates a lot of liquid and it creates a delicious sauce and thickens perfectly when you add that cornstarch slurry and the Parmesan at the end. It brings everything together really, really nicely. I can't stop eating it. That's really good. If you like these recipes, check out pressurelowcooking.com. Hey, I have a visitor here. Come here. Banjo wants to let you know that you can go to pressurelowcooking.com because all of my recipes live there. All my videos are on YouTube and facebook.com/pressurelowcooking. Make sure that you like that page and make it a favorite and subscribe to me on YouTube as well. Again, all my videos live there. At Pressure Low Cooking on Instagram and all that fun stuff. All right, Banjo, how are we doing? Are we good? Are we all right? Are we good? Kisses? Okay, putting you down. And again, this recipe was brought to you by my original The Step-by-Step Instant Pot Cookbook, the orange one that came out in 2020 during the pandemic, where there's gorgeous color step-by-step photos for every single recipe as well as a final shot so there's no guesswork involved for you. Thank you so much again for watching, my friends. And the next time you want to feel like royalty and really want to know what that means, well, make yourself a delicious pot of some chicken a la Queens. Enjoy. All right, more. So good.